Hey kids, Hugh here for Roaddogs Travels. Ever take a train trip? I know it's kind of an outdated mode of travel, but trains are still out there, ready to take you anywhere, as long as you have the time. Miss Lynn and I have ridden trains before, but they were short trips, and we were wondering what it would be like to do an overnighter. So we took a 3-day weekend not long ago to find out. Amtraks Coast Starlight runs both directions daily between San Diego, California and Seattle, Washington. You might remember my cousin Mike Allred, the comic book legend, lives in Eugene, Oregon. So the plan was to leave Union Station in Los Angeles at 10:10 a.m. Friday morning, and it was scheduled to arrive in Eugene Saturday at 12:36. That would give us the perfect amount of time for lunch and a nice visit, then catch the Starlight heading south at 5:10 from Eugene, arriving at LA's Union Station 9 p.m. Sunday. 3 days, 2 nights. Should be plenty of time to get the feel for the experience. You have lots of choice when choosing your accommodations aboard the train, from rows of single seats of different sizes and classes to sleeping car rooms that sleep one person to whole families. We chose the basic roomette that sleeps 2. Well, sort of. It has 2 very comfortable seats that turn down into one comfortable bed that'll sleep 1, and a fold-down bunk bed above. Now, while that bunk is okay for a smaller person, it is miserable for someone my size. The first night I slept on it, the second night Miss Lynn took it. She did much better with it than I, but beware larger folk. Overall, the roomette is perfect for 2 people riding the train together, and it has a sliding lockable door with curtains to make it completely private. As the train leaves Union Station and heads north into the San Fernando Valley, it stops at Bob Hope Airport in downtown Van Nuys before heading over the mountain for a stop in Simi Valley. From there, it is a quick trip over to the coast at Oxnard. And from that point, you travel next to the Pacific Ocean and Highway 101 the next 100 miles or so, with a stop at Santa Barbara along the way. After you pass Gaviota, the 101 swings inland, but the train continues on the coast around Vandenberg Air Force Base, where it then heads inland across the farmlands to San Luis Obispo. We got off to stretch our legs and look around a bit. But you have to be careful which stops you get off at, because the time the train stops varies greatly and you don't want to get left behind. When you leave San Luis Obispo, the train heads over the coastal mountains and into the San Joaquin Valley, where it reconnects with the 101 and you travel alongside it again for the next couple 100 miles. As late afternoon is rolling around and you are getting close to Salinas, you start thinking about dinner. If you got a room in one of the sleeper cars, your meals are all included. Each sleeper car has a conductor that is in charge of making your meal reservations and providing other services. They can also bring your meal to your room. Just don't forget to tip. If you choose to go to the dining car, however, you will be glad you did. Tables are comfortable and service is good. If you are traveling by yourself or with one other person, you will be seated at a table with another couple. This is fun because you get to meet and converse with other people as you travel the rails. We really enjoyed that part of mealtime. The food was exceptional. To tell the truth, I was expecting something more akin to airline food, but it was good and well worth it. By the time we reached San Jose, it was dark. So there's not much to see out the window, and you should plan some sort of activity until you go to sleep. Overnight, you continue through the San Joaquin Valley, stopping along the way at Oakland, Emeryville, Martinez, Davis, Sacramento, and Chico. Then at Redding, you enter the Pacific Northwest forests. I am an early bird, so I am always up at first light, and this morning was no exception because of the miserable night I had on that bunk bed. We were a little past Dunsmuir, and I could still see Mount Shasta out the rear of the train in the distance. From here, the day was spent slowly chugging our way through the Oregon forest with stops in Klamath Falls and Chemult. Somewhere before Eugene, the train had to stop and just sat for about an hour. Apparently, freight trains have the right-of-way, so sometimes you have to sit and wait. This caused us to be a little bit late into Eugene, but still in time for a great visit with Mike before catching the train heading back the other way to do it all again in reverse order. On the way back, our room was on the other side of the train, which provided us with a whole other perspective. One thing we noticed as we left each California city were the tent cities full of homeless people. Homelessness has become a major problem in the once Golden State, and those in charge are either too lazy or too incompetent to do anything about it. Overall, our train adventure was well worth it, and we will definitely be taking others. They are relaxing, comfortable, and a heck of a lot of fun. If you ever get a chance to take one yourself, we strongly recommend it. So there you have it, a 3-day road trip of a different type. Until next time, this is Hugh for Roaddogs Travels saying, so long.